I don't think you do.
Come prepared.
Okay, it is Wednesday, July 27, 2022. Town of Dudley Conservation Commission meeting is now in session. Members, please state your name for the attendance record.
Nancy Vukovic.
Samantha Costello.
Richard Angelevich,
George Slingo.
Fran Mikulajczyk.
Bob Tuttle.
thank you. First on the agenda is a request for determination of applicability, 438 Mason Road, Omagadori. Replenish existing beachfront on Hayden Pond with 5 to 6 yards of washed concrete sand. Matthew, were you with us?
I am here.
Beautiful.
Pulling this file up now.
Okay.
Bear with me for a sec. So the only issue I have, Dickie, is to ensure that the determination is reflective of two things. One, the applicant cannot come in. Two,
No, we missed
no
one.
sand can enter into the water.
Yeah, what was number one, Matt?
That the beach cannot be expanded.
Okay.
Typically, you guys have allowed negative determinations for beaches.
Yep.
But you know, as you guys know, the state really frowns on any extra sand in the water.
Correct.
So that can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, in some ponds, the state's actually elevated the type of permitting that's required over and above conservation now. So it's best to stay out of the water, period.
Okay. So your recommendation is a negative determination, providing,
With those two conditions.
yep, okay. Is Mr. Godori here? No? What's the board's pleasure?
I make a motion that we grant a negative determination of applicability for 438 Mason Road, the Gaduri property, with the caveat that no sand be put into the water and that they do not expand the current beach.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion was made and seconded to grant a negative determination to 438 Mason Road, Mr. Omogadori, with the exceptions that there will be no beach expansion and no sand shall enter the water. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous.
For some reason, Fred, there's a lot of feedback.
Okay, second on the agenda is a request for determination of applicability to SEP Solar, 7 Indian Road, doing business as Dudley Landfill Solar LLC. Is the applicant present?
Yes.
How are you?
Kowski with Weston and Sampson, representing Amoresco. Just to clarify one thing on the agenda, it says SEP Dudley, but this is Amoresco project on the town landfill.
Okay. Matt, have you had a chance to look at this?
Yeah, actually, examined it, spoke to the engineer and had him clarify some aspects of the stormwater management, which are fine. No issues with that. They did submit the copy of the determination to DEP. I had spoken to DEP as well, and they don't seem to have any issues with it as well. The only recommendation I have is that, the fencing have like a, couple of inches of space from the bottom just to allow critter movement,
Okay,
small critters.
yep.
Other than that, a negative determination would be fine. They were also very responsive to my requests, and I'd like to thank them for that too.
That's a good thing. Do you have any issues with anything, Matt?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have any issues with anything that you've seen with the plans?
No. Nope.
Okay,
The only issue I had that I examined was the stormwater, and I'm satisfied with it.
okay. How long is construction gonna take, you figure?
Probably 4 to 6 months. And just so you're aware, I highlighted on this plan, but the green is the wetland. The orange line is the fence line, and then the smaller green line is the buffer zone. So the only thing, there's temporary E&S control measures that are going in the buffer zone, and then the fence. But one thing I want to clarify, that all of this is within the landfill cap, so it's currently mowed, so we're not really changing anything as far as the ground surface goes.
Are there any butters?
Are there any abutters here to? Okay, seeing none. Any questions from the board? Matt, do you have any other questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Motion?
I make a motion that we grant a negative determination of applicability for SEP Solar, 7 Indian Road, Dudley, as Landfill Solar LLC.
The fence.
Oh, sorry, with the caveat that the fence, that there be put up a fence that has at least a couple of inches of space from the bottom.
I'll second it.
Okay, a motion was made and seconded to grant a negative determination of applicability to SCP Solar for 7 Indian Road, with the caveat that the fence shall be kept a couple inches up off the ground. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did they get the other sign from the other one?
So that
Yeah, okay. Okay, next on the agenda is a continuation of a notice of intent for 120 Pierpoint Road for Brian LeBrec to replace an existing field retaining wall. Is anybody here from 120 Pierpoint Road?
No, he said he wouldn't be able to make it.
Okay, was the DEP issue a file number yet?
Yes,
They did? Do we have that number too?
yes.
I believe that's the only thing we're waiting for, right?
The retaining wall isn't by the water, it's up in his property near the parking spaces, and it needs replacing.
Matt, do you have any issues?
No, it's not a retaining wall in the water.
Okay.
DEP didn't issue any comments on it at all with their file number. So, I mean, I'm good with it. It's fine.
Okay. Are there any abutters here to 120 Pierpoint Road? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. at 6:15 PM. Okay, motion?
Make a motion that we issue a notice of intent for 120 Pierpont Road, Brian
Rec.
LeBrick,
I'll second
with
it.
his filing number, DP filing number is 1460776.
I'll second.
Okay, motion was made and seconded to grant a notice of intent to 120 Pierpoint Road, Mr. Brian LeBrecq. DEP file number 146-0076. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous. Okay, next is a notice of intent, Fish Road, Town of Dudley. This is,
Is there a DEP number for that?
I don't see one.
this is proposed for a sidewalk, right, Mac, on the side of Fish Road?
That's correct.
Okay. So we don't have a file number anyway, so we can't vote on it, so
We'll just continue it, right?
you want to just continue it, Matt? Is that your,
Yeah, I would continue it.
okay? Okay, so let
Make
me,
a motion that we continue.
no, hang on, let me open a public hearing for
Oh,
this here.
okay.
So I'll open a public hearing for Fish Road for notice of intent for the Town of Dudley at 6:16 PM. Okay, now Matt's recommendation is that we continue. So we need a motion?
I make a motion that we issue a continuation of the notice of intent for Fish Road, Town of Dudley.
Okay, motion was made and seconded to grant the continuance to Town of Dudley for the Fish Road project for a sidewalk. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous. Okay, next on the agenda is a notice of intent for 43 Noble Street, Tony Sakira. I will open the public hearing for 7 Noble Street, for 43 Noble Street, excuse me, for Tony Sakira at 6:17 PM.
And you don't have a DEP number on that either.
No, we don't. By the way, I'm Jerry Savory from Topa Land Surveying. I'll be representing Tony tonight.
Okay. Matt, you had a chance to look at 43 Noble Street?
Yeah, I have that and 7. I have no issues. I mean, it's mostly grading in the buffer zone.
Okay,
They've got standard erosion protection. I know we have to wait until DEP issues the file number, so we probably should wait to see if they have any comments. Although I'm doubtful they will, or anything substantive. They're keeping out of the 25-foot zone. Grading is, confined to the mostly the outer 100 feet. Part of it is within the inner 50 feet, but they're staying greater than 25 feet away from the wetlands. So I don't see any issues.
okay. And we don't have are there any questions from the board on this? We don't have a file number,
We don't have a
DEP number.
DEP, we can't do anything anyway.
Yeah, continue, yeah.
I move that we continue the public hearing for 43 Noble Street.
Okay, before we vote, are there any abutters here to the 43 Noble Street?
When's our next meeting?
17th.
17th.
Okay, motion to continue?
Make a motion that we continue the notice of intent for 43 Noble Street, Tony Secura.
Second. Okay, motion is made and seconded to continue the public hearing for 43 Noble Street for Tony Secura. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous. Next is a notice of intent for 7 Noble Street for Tony Secura. I will open a public hearing for 7 Noble Street at 6:20 PM.
Same thing applies, correct?
Yes.
Matt, do you have any issues?
No, actually, it's the same. If anything, the grading here goes farther away from the wetland than the our other proposal. Again, we just got to wait for a DEP number. I honestly don't think they're going to have any substantive comments at all.
Okay.
I think it'll just be a matter of taking care of it administratively and just waiting for them to issue the number, and then you guys will probably be able to approve it at the next meeting.
Okay. Okay, motion?
I make a motion that we continue the public hearing for the notice of intent for 7 Noble Street.
I'll second.
Second. Okay, motion is made and seconded to continue the public hearing for 7 Noble Street for Tony Secura for our next meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
You sent these to us, any?
Okay, next is a certificate of compliance for 1 Duvall Road, Douglas Broga. Matthew, have you had a chance to look at that?
Yeah, I did actually. I looked at it the tail end of last week. It was good that the engineer enclosed the photos and the certificate request too, which was nice to have in the file.
Yep.
I don't have any issues with it. It looks like they did a fine job. Everything's grown in. Everything looks beautiful. My recommendation is to issue the certificate.
Okay. Yeah, nice pictures too, Matt.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, motion?
Make a motion that we issue a certificate of compliance for 1 Duvall Road, Douglas Broga.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion was made and seconded to issue a certificate of compliance for 1 Duvall Road for Douglas Broga. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous. Do we have a sign-in sheet for this one, for certificate? I don't see one.
Fall out.
Hey, Dickie,
Yes,
I noticed Peter from McClure on the Zoom meeting. Peter, is that why you're here?
Peter left.
That was it. Yep. Okay, Peter.
No, he wasn't, no, that wasn't Peter, that was,
Tony.
No, I'm talking, he's on the Zoom meeting here. He's on my Zoom screen.
okay.
Yeah, Peter, you're all set. It looked awesome. I really appreciate the pictures to go along with, all the other material that you sent. That was great. I went out and looked at it, matched everything up. You made it easy. Thank you.
Not a problem. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Peter, did a great job.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Minute.
Take it easy.
You too, take care.
Bye.
Okay, we have minutes for the June 15th meeting.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes presented for June 15th, 2022.
Second.
Okay, a motion was made and seconded to accept the minutes of the June 15th meeting, 2022, as written. All those in favor?
Aye.
just all
Yeah,
sign in
just
one?
one, yeah, please, good.
That goes with you. Goes with this. Sue, do you have anything else for us?
Yes, I do.
All right.
If you wouldn't mind, we issued, 3 West Main Street an emergency certificate.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt signed the approval, but the Conservation Commission has to ratify it.
Right.
If you
I think you're
do
getting,
that.
That was for Naparata Potts, because I was the one who called that on that. They had a broken sewer pipe that connects the old gas station, the old coffee cup, and the building behind that with Naparata Potts down to the town's main, which runs right at River Height, and it was broke off. And so they called me, and I went down there, and I called Matt. We issued him an emergency order of conditions, but we need just a vote on that. So we need a vote to issue an emergency order of conditions for 3 West Main Street for Napa Auto Parts.
I make a motion that we issue an emergency order of conditions, or we approve the emergency order of conditions for 3 West Main Street, Napa Auto Parts.
I'll second it.
The motion is made and seconded to approve the emergency order of conditions issued to Napa Auto Parts at 3 West Main Street. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous. Anything for us, Matt? Are you all set?
No, I'm all set.
Beautiful?
2, I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya. I have one more.
Sure.
The town of Dudley accepted a parcel on Piasta Road. It's
Yes.
9.23 acres.
Yep, the end of the
So
road.
The town already accepted. They're asking if the commission can accept it as a conservation lot.
Is that what they wanted to do?
If you guys are, okay with it.
No,
Again.
I just, no, is that what the,
Because it's already accepted as a town lot.
okay.
It's just,
They just want to put it in a conservation trust, okay. Do you have is there a, Matt, should we have a lot number available on that when we vote on that?
No, not necessarily. Everything's down on the paper, so, I mean, I would just ratify the acceptance as presented and just sign it. So in your motion, you motion to accept the parcel as presented, on the form that 2 has for you to sign.
Okay. Okay,
The assessor's office will assign it a lot number.
okay, so we just need a motion from the board to accept that parcel land at the end of Piasta Road.
Make a motion that we accept the parcel of land as presented for Piasta Road as conservation land.
Yeah, which was donated by Huguenot Development Corp. of Webster, containing 9.23 acres. And it was the plan of land accepted for Piasta Road, town of Dudley. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Oh,
Seconded.
wait, I thought you did, no?
I'll second it.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the parcel of land donated by Huguenot Development Court into Conservation Trust at the end of Piasta Road, containing 9.23 acres. Recorded in the Worcester Registry of Deeds, Plan Book 836, Plan 125. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous.
I make a motion, we adjourn at 6:28.
Okay, motion to adjourn at 6:30. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous.